How's it going, fellow fans? Comic Book Paul back again. I just wanted to do this quick video, and I promise it will be quick this time, of my recent signings. So I mentioned in the last video, if you caught it, that I was going to MCM Comic Con down in Dublin to get some X-Men signed by the legend that is Mr. Chris Claremont. That's just a thing he signed for me as well. So I'm just going to quickly go through. I got 8 signed by him. Starting off with X-Men, all X-Men I got done by him. Number 59. Now, legendary cover by Neil Adams. The thing with X-Men 59 is Chris Claremont does not have an official story credit on this book, so his name is not on it, but on Marvel.com and all the other any other sources, Chris is given a story credit. He was in Marvel when he was at college, and he was answering the phones and stuff like that. He was a gopher, and he managed to worm his way in and beg his way in and got his hands on that, gave an idea out, and it stuck. And I think that kind of idea maybe later became Days of Future Past kind of idea anyway. But yeah, just send it up there. The next one he was good enough to do was number 100. So what I managed to do was, I just got, he was charging, so I was like, right, well, what ones do I really want to get signed? So I went with, do I get key issues signed or key covers, and I kind of try to get a blend of both. So he's just signed it up here over the title there. He was really, really sweet. He was really nice. His wife was lovely. I chatted to him for about 5 minutes. I think he was really appreciative of somebody coming with him with books rather than a graphic novel or a toy or something. I mean, I'm not saying he would dismiss those, but I think coming with him with actual books, he seemed to lighten up. He was really, really sweet. Especially when I brought him this. So the first appearance of the Phoenix, again, just signed here over the title. Such a beautiful cover, such a key issue. And to have that signed, not that I'm going to sell them. I mean, my books are at one point maybe my retirement or my kids, if I have kids. They can use the money at one stage, or they can have the collection and get the enjoyment out of it without going through all the hassle of collecting it. But again, do they want to have this? Who knows? Anyway, I'm going off on track here. It was just really, really nice when I get this one done, as was this one. So again, key cover. It's not the first appearance of the Dark Phoenix. That's 129 technically, which is also the first appearance of Kitty Pryde. But it's the cover. It's the iconic cover. It's one of the first covers where the title is interacting with the characters on the page. It's intense. It's just wonderful. It's one of John Byrne's greatest ones. And again, Chris has just signed it up the top there for me. I mean, and those books I managed to get in such good condition as well, and to have them signed is just really good. Now, it's maybe hard to see, just if I can just zoom in just along the bottom there. You can just see it just along the bottom. He's decided, he did that one in a gold pen, which is fair enough. I quite like whenever the things get signed in gold and silver pen. But I mean, that issue is just so good, and can I just throw it as well? Yes, it's the UK one. It's the 15p cover there. I should point out that usually the UK covers or the UK issues back in the day, whenever they were printed with the actual price on them, were printed first, because they had to get them out in time. They would print those first and then ship them across. So they were usually done the day before or the morning, maybe even. So technically speaking, this is earlier than the US one. But to have Days of Future Past signed by him, again, what I was saying there about cost and value of them, am I going to sell them? No, I'm not going to sell them, before I went off on the tangent a moment ago. I mean, I got this book as part of 3, okay? I got it on eBay with 2 other books. I forget what they were. I think one was X-Men, one was something else. I got those 3 books for £24, which means I got this book for £8 on average, £8 each. This book on its own is worth about 80, if not more. Alright? If I were to try and sell that now, I could probably get 500 quid for that. If I put that in a CGC, which immorally and inaccurately puts it up in price to the actual non-collector, people who collect these just for business reasons, just for making money. If I CGC that, which would cost, I'm not sure what it costs to do it, £30 or something. If I CGC that and then advertise that as signed by Chris Claremont, it's easily £500-600 book. How are you going to do that? And then just while I was there, I just had to get the other one done as well. I mean, it's just there on the left hand side. Just here, he signed it along in the gold as well. So I mean, I don't mind. I prefer the signatures to stand out, but he was quite gracious enough to not sign it in places which took away from the cover. I think that was maybe his natural way of doing it. That's what he did. He would sign it here where the gold pen on the purple, or like I showed you, he would sign it up there on the title. So he wasn't signing things where it would take away from the impact of the cover, but I personally don't mind that actually. Now this one though, this one is the first appearance of Gambit. You could argue that 265 was his first appearance because you saw a shadow of his leg, but away on with that. This is his official first appearance, his full appearance, with his weird leopard purple pink tights on the cover, but he's different inside the book because this is Andy Kubert did the cover, and an English guy called Mike Collins, who I met a couple of years ago, and he's also signed it just here in Biro. So I got him to sign it there, and I've got Chris to sign it here. Now if you've watched my video about how I collect my comics and how I bag and board and everything, I would go and watch that. It's a really good video on older books being in Mylar. All my signed books are in Mylar. You know, you can hear that. My Dark Age books, so I call the Dark Age, I think it's April 84 to the modern day, the Dark Age, Copper and Modern Age. They're all in just normal polyethylene bags, but anything before 1984 are in Mylar. All signed books, like I say, are in Mylar, and then all Silver Age are in slightly bigger bags and boards. My point is that now I've added another thing where I've started to make these certificates. So my own certificates. So obviously, you know, it's hard to authenticate signatures. Now I do have one officially signed. I don't have it handy. It's signed. It's Astonishing X-Men #1. It's Joss Whedon and John Cassidy's #1, the #1, the great one. I've got it signed by John Cassidy with an official certificate. So what I thought is, well, you can't get those all the time, and I was running out of ideas, or not ideas, but more, I was having the trouble remembering where I got things signed, and also which issues kind of were signed actually. Off the top of my head, but if I flick through it, I could tell, well, it's in Mylar, so that's signed, or it's a key #1, or whatever reason it's in Mylar. But I started making these things, just these little my own certificates, but also as well that if I do pass on and I leave these to someone, or I sell them, there is my record. So Chris Claremont at MCM Comic Con Ireland, RDS Simmons Court, Dublin, Ireland, on the 23rd of June 2019, and also Mike Collins, who was the penciler, so P for pencil, W for writer, at Enniskillen Comic Con, St Macartn's Cathedral Hall, Enniskillen, Northern Ireland, 12th of May 2018. So, very random place to have met Mike Collins, but he was moreover because of his links with 2000 AD and things like that. But it was he was a really energetic guy, and it's nice to have that signed by both of the guys. And last but not least, X-Men Volume 2, #1, signed over the cover, the #1, the highest selling comic of all time, 8.5, 9 million copies sold. Oh yeah, these will be worth something one day. No, you can get it for about £4, because there's so many. So they did the opposite, but we'll not get into the speculator market. If you don't know what that is, go find it on Wikipedia. Crazy time for comics. He was dead on about that as well, getting that signed. Because there's a wee bit of animosity with that title if you know your X-Men history. But guys, this was a really good experience. I mean, these are all worth, if you were to sell them, I mean, that's maybe now worth £100, £200. Gambit's first appearance, signed by him and Mike, is worth, you know, perhaps 300 to 400 now. I could put that on that, well, maybe not 300, but certainly 150 or so. Days of Future Past Part 2 is maybe 100. That Days of Future Past Part 1 has got to be worth at least 300 now. I mean, £300, you're talking first appearance of Venom and first appearance of Iron Man. But I would still, the condition that's in and signed by him, I could get away with trying to charge 300 if I wanted. Dark Phoenix, that's worth at least 200. Phoenix #1 in the right places, that has got to be worth 250, 300 signed by him now. Again, God forgive me for saying this, but it'll double with his passing. Not that I want that. X-Men 100 has bound to be worth at least 100, 150. X-Men 59, not a massive. Now that did cost me maybe about 30 quid for that book, and it's not in great condition. That's about a £50 book in maybe 6 or above. This is maybe a 4. But with his name on it now, that's worth at least 80 to 100. So I mean, I'm talking like maybe £1,000 worth of books at the best price. So, but that's not on why I got them signed. Really fun day out, really nice guy, highly recommended, and I'm eagerly looking forward to my next signing. Not too sure when that'll be, but thanks for watching. Not too sure when my next video is going to be up, but if you have any ideas for videos, if you want me to show off my Spider-Man Silver Ages, the rest of my X-Men Silver Ages, my Batman Silver Ages, whatever it is, my Spawn's coming up to 300. I'm just looking around here getting ideas. Any ideas you want me to show off, guys, let me know. So thanks for watching again, and see you next time.